Hi Cancer, rising suns or moons. This is your monthly prediction video for March 2026. And this March for Cancers, there's so much focus going towards traveling, higher education, any education relating to divination, religion, and that would be the main areas for now. So on March 2nd, Mars enters your 9th house, which is very great for active kind of traveling, like for example skiing or hiking, not just walking around the city, but doing something physically active while traveling. At the same time, it's a good idea to put more effort into studying, and especially if you have exams. I mean, there's so much happening this month, and if you have exams, then we have another discussion, not just about Mars entering the 9th house, but also Mercury going direct and also new moon. But that's for later. We can also talk about the next event, which is happening on the 3rd, and it's lunar eclipse in Virgo. So it's happening on the 3rd in the 3rd house. So that means that you can receive some kind of news, literally by email, let's say, by text, and it might seem a little bit overwhelming in the beginning because it's emotionally quite intense time. The lunar eclipses, they usually also signify some kind of ending, but at the same time beginning as well, because it's supposed to end something that no longer serves, so that you have more room for what serves you. So yeah, and if you study something and if you have exams, it's time when you need to put more effort and really try to do your best. Because if you keep this approach like, oh, I know all these things already, I don't care, I'll just go to this exam, then that might not work. So yeah, the next one is Venus with Saturn and Neptune on the 6th of March and some days after the 6th in your career area. So maybe you already noticed that something is shifting in your career area, and maybe it seems a little bit destabilized, because Saturn must have brought some, I wouldn't say issue, but some reality where you know that you have to do something because the old ways will not work, because with Saturn you have to get rid of something so that you can progress and that your efforts are recognized. Because if you keep doing the same thing, maybe your efforts won't be recognized, and because of that it will feel like you're just in the wrong place, so you need to make a change. But anyway, that's not about Saturn, it's about Venus and Neptune and Saturn. So Venus is like a blessing, so this means that you will receive good news regarding your job, and maybe recognition, some small recognition, or maybe the opportunity to apply some little changes so that it becomes let's say more bearable because of Saturn. Maybe it's like a helping kind of influence. and not so heavy, the career area not so heavy, because with Saturn in the 10th, it shows that higher ups, whoever is above you, might want you to do things differently. And that Venus is like that little opportunity to be yourself, or even like to do those small changes that would benefit you. While Saturn is so hard, so Venus is the small changes that will ease the tension. That's how I should put it. Okay. Oh, by the way, with Neptune, this means that maybe you don't see what you should do in regards to your career, and you're not sure where you're heading. So Venus is going to activate that feeling a little bit, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal in March. Maybe it's going to be a big deal like when you look at the whole picture, because of Saturn and Neptune there. Okay, the next one is Jupiter direct in Cancer on the 11th, and obviously onwards in the first house. So that's amazing, because even though you might gain more weight, on another hand, it's a opportunity to, actually it's a great opportunity to heal, to fix your health. Great opportunity to look for counselors or just doctors, basically speaking, and to improve your body, like new diets and physical activity and things like that. And physical activity very important, because Jupiter is inclined to give you more weight. Anyway, this is a great time for all other kinds of opportunities. This is very generalized, like it can apply to any area. It can be financial, it can be career, it can be love even sometimes, especially for women who are straight, I mean, or men who are gay. So yeah, it's a transit that can bring a man. Anyways, and it can also mean some kind of home situation resolving, or maybe situation with family resolving, something shifting, something changing in a positive sense, something that was a little bit stuck, so now it's going forward. Yes. Okay. Let's check what's next. Mercury conjunct Mars on the 14th in the 9th house. This is not going to be very significant for you, because it's 9th house. It's not a very super important house. I mean, it is, but I would say the effects of Mars, which is the most dangerous here, they are neutralized. So if you have some kind of teachers, maybe conflicts with teachers, but maybe also if you travel, and maybe if you travel on the 14th or around that day, it's wise to take care of all your trip logistics in particular. Okay. The next one is new moon in Pisces on the 19th in the 9th house. So again, some new beginning around your travel area, or higher education, teachers, education relating divination like astrology, tarot, symbols of any kind, or even religion, like it can be, I don't know, joining a new religious community, let's say, for example. I mean, it can be not necessarily just divination, but can be religion. Anyway, so The next one is Mercury direct, which is super great influence, knowing all the planets and everything that's happening in the ninth house this month. So it's the main topic of March is going to resolve and gain momentum. So, and obviously the same topic is the same that I just mentioned: travel, higher education, religion, what else? Foreign, I don't know, foreign cultures, foreign languages, and things like that. So, and especially if you travel, since Mercury also indicates logistics, I would say, this means that after the 20th, you are very free to travel without any issues, I would say. Okay, and we have Sun in Aries in the 10th house on the 20th, so finally a very great time for your career, although in the beginning, because it's going to be with Saturn and Neptune on the 20th, 21st. I think some, let's say, some challenging situation regarding your career is going to come to light. So let's say if your boss thinks that you do things not the correct way, or if they want more from you, so on the 20th and 21st, if that's not a weekend, which I don't know, they might tell you, oh, I want you to put more effort, more, like you have to do more work, and I want you to do things differently and things like that. So, oh, and by the way, this is super off topic and definitely not for Cancer, but because Saturn and Neptune is highlighted on that day, it's going to be some news regarding Epstein, but that's so off topic. Sorry, I don't even know why it came to my mind, but it won't have anything to do with you anyways. Okay, Venus and Taurus on the 30th in the 11th house, so you are receiving some benefits from friends, some gains from friends, some help from friends, or you also spend more time with friends, which is the most probable manifestation or scenario that can happen. So feels like March is actually, for you, March is not a bad month, because the area that is highlighted is going to be, it's not like very major area of life, and certainly not all people travel, not all people are religious or into divination, or I don't know, higher education. Not everyone studies, like not every Cancer does those things. So it's not a bad month overall, despite the lunar eclipse, despite the Mercury retrograde. But that one area that is going to be really highlighted and very strongly felt is the career area after the 20th. And maybe lunar eclipse, I would say. Maybe that one really counts, because you are ruled by the moon, so you will feel something. Okay, I can actually mention lunar eclipse is going to touch the transportation, cars, driving license, driving lessons, siblings especially, and communication with others, and also receiving news. So that event is probably going to be the most memorable for Cancers. Okay, That's it. If you want a reading with me, you can find the link in the description, and see you next time in April.